What's going on, everybody? It's Casey here coming at you with the Iron Tribe podcast. That's right. We're rocking and rolling and getting things going. It's been a little bit since I've recorded a message. Life has been busy, as I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat. We are getting ready to jump into Christmas. Let's go. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to share God's word with you today. Today we are diving into our Proverbs series, Proverbs 19. My Lanta, this has been taking a minute, but we are getting into the groove, hopping back in. Let's rock and roll. Just real quick, what we do, in case you didn't know, if you or somebody are looking for a tree version Bible, tree version meaning a paper version, actually like what I read out of here today. We actually just had somebody reach out not that long ago about saying, hey, I don't need you to buy me one, but what about you send me a link? So we were more than happy to do that, and we got them in the direction for the men's Bible and for the women's Bible that we do. So just kind of a cool thing that we do. So just in case you're not aware of all the other episodes we've done, this is number 19 of Proverbs. We are continuing. The reason why we're doing Proverbs is because the story of my grandmother once told me, if you just focus on Proverbs, Casey, and apply that to your life, you'd be amazed how well you'll do. And I'll tell you what, as we start diving in, we are getting more into that, and I am telling you, it has been awesome. So, with that being said, let's dive in to Proverbs chapter 19, verse number 1. Better to be poor and honest than dishonest and a fool. Pretty much what that means is maintain your integrity. Verse number 2, enthusiasm without knowledge is no good. Haste makes mistakes. Haste meaning moving fast. The faster we move, there's more basically room for error there. So slow down. There's a little snippet here at the bottom. Says, we often move hastily through life, rushing headlong into the unknown. Some people marry without really getting to know the other person. Others try illicit things, we'll say, without considering the consequences. Some plunge into jobs without evaluating whether or not they are suitable to that line of work. Enthusiasm is no good without knowledge, and it will not make a bad situation better. Do not rush into the unknown. Be sure you understand what you're getting into, and when you know or when you want to go before you take the first step. And know where you want to go before you take the first step. Obviously, you cannot tell that the future will. My Lanta. Obviously, you cannot tell all that the future will hold, but do your homework, ask the right questions, and be sure you are following God. Woo! So actually, there was a snippet on the first one too. A blameless life is far more valuable than wealth, but most people don't act as if they believe this. Afraid of not getting everything they want, they will pay any price to increase their wealth, cheating on their taxes, stealing from stores or employers, without withholding ties, refusing to give. But when we know and love God, we realize that the lower standard of living or even poverty is a small price to pay for personal integrity. Do your actions show that you sacrifice your integrity to increase your wealth? That what changes do you need to make in order to get your priorities straight? My Lanta. So these two verses particularly really talk to me. Enthusiasm. I am great at enthusiasm. That's no secret to any of you that know me. Enthusiasm, that's probably one of my strengths. Now, what I will tell you, the planning part is where I struggle. And so we kind of, a great example is kind of like this podcast I've been doing. I kind of jumped in, shooting episodes every day. And guess what? You get burned out. Now, mind you, with that being said, that doesn't mean I've stopped my Bible time every day just because I'm not hitting record. But what I will tell you, without a little bit of planning and knowing what you're going to talk about, kind of like what I did with this episode, it all makes a difference. It makes it more engaging for you. It makes it just more fun for everybody. So, kind of a biblical recommendation. Simply put, enthusiasm without knowledge is no good. Haste makes mistakes. Beauty part is, what I will say on the flip side of this is sometimes enthusiasm going in all in without before you really having a plan, because there is a such thing as having too much of a plan or having planning paralysis, and which I've also touched on that in previous episodes. But with that being said, hindsight 2020, at the end of the day, put a plan together and then execute that plan. Verse number 3, people ruin their lives by their own foolishness and then are angry at the Lord. So, self-inflicted ruin and then blame God before that. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of funny, because I'll tell you what, there's sometimes earlier on in my journey with God and building that relationship with him, man, oh man, it's easy to point the finger. Man, you want to point the finger back. God, if you truly love me, you would make this happen. And at the end of the day, that's not the relationship he's looking for. He wants you to trust him all the time, not just when it's convenient. So be very aware. Don't ruin your lives over foolishness and then blame God for your foolishness. Because you made a choice. It's called free will. Some got to learn the hard way, some learn the easy way. Sometimes the hard way is the best lesson, though. So, anyways, going on to verse number 4. Wealth makes many friends. Poverty drives them all away. Basically what this is saying, and friends is in quotations in my Bibles. Wealth makes many friends. And it puts us in quotations because at the end of the day, when it says friends, they're not real friends. The friends that are with you through the good and the bad, more importantly, when they're with you through the bad, that's when they're showing you a friend. Well, you'll find out when you go through a harder time, people will dissipate and fall off. Which one of those are hanging in there? Are you being the friend that hangs in there? Or maybe you have some people in your life that you might be going through a tough time and they kind of dissipate out of your life? Kind of might shine the light on that. Not saying that's a bad thing. You find out who your true friends are, but at the end of the day, wealth makes many friends, poverty drives them away. There's basically, we should be pursuing genuine affection over wealth. Because what will happen is once you get money, people will, unfortunately, be driven to you because you have money. And at the end of the day, we are looking for more than genuine type of relationships, not monetary, if that makes any sense. Going on to verse number 5. A false witness will not go unpunished, nor will a liar escape. God will handle the liars. I have that little note here. God will handle the liars, plain and simple. Verse number 6. Many seek favors from a ruler. Everyone is a friend of a person who gives gifts. Basically, build relationships off of selfless love. Superficial, self-serving. So basically, many seek favors from a ruler. Everyone is a friend of a person who gives gifts. Once again, kind of goes back to what we just talked about. Is it a real friendship? No, it's superficial. You want those people that are hanging in there with you through all the hard times, not just all the good. Verse number 7. The relatives of the poor despise them. How much more will their friends avoid them? Though the poor plead with them, their friends are gone. Let's just literally just touching on exactly what we just said. Be aware of conditional relationships. Plain and simple. Verse number 8. To acquire wisdom is to love oneself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. There's a snippet here, but this is my own thing. I will touch on this. At the end of the day, you must love yourself before you can love anybody else. Plain and simple. If you don't love yourself, and then you just want others to love you, you got to love yourself a little bit. Also, with that being said, to acquire wisdom is to love oneself. So kind of what that's touching on, in my opinion, is we're always seeking wisdom, right? And as we've touched on in previous episodes, wisdom seeking is basically getting feedback from others, criticism being the big one. And I think that's what today's world we really struggle with, is when we get criticized. And, sometimes the criticism's coming from an evil place, which I can understand where we wouldn't want to really receive that. But there's sometimes where the criticism is coming from a loving place. And you have a choice to make, whether that's a positive or a negative. How you perceive it. Most importantly, look at the person's heart. That's obviously, would they be wanting to hurt your feelings? No. Do they want to see you grow? Are they going with you through a trial and tribulation? Then obviously, take their criticism in a positive way. It means they love you. They're coming at you from a positive standpoint, right? So, at the bottom it says, is it good to love yourself? Yes. When your soul is at stake. This proverb does not condone self-centered person who loves and protects his or her own selfish interests and will do anything to serve them. Instead, it encourages those who really care about themselves to seek wisdom. To seek wisdom. Man, oh man. A lot of that here in Proverbs. All right, going to verse number 11. Oh, wait, nope. I'm skipping on you. Woo! Number 9, verse number 9. A false witness will not go unpunished. A liar will be destroyed. We already did that one. Lying can destroy you and your reputation. It is verse number 10. It isn't right for a fool to live in luxury or for a slave to rule over princes. Higher positions should be held by people of wisdom, plain and simple. Whether or not those higher position people have wisdom or not is up to our own discernment. I think some of us are getting played, if you know what I mean. But we're just going to leave that at that. We're not going to get into the politics of all that today. But you get my point. Verse number 11. Sensible people control their temper. They earn respect by overlooking wrongs. What this means to me personally, and I have this highlighted, I have it underlined, I got notes next to it, show patience and self-control. This is hard for me. It always has been hard for me. I've gotten a lot better at it. Over the years, I've been trialed to listen, soak it in, not to respond right away, because I notice when I speak to respond right away, I find myself being very brash or very, I don't know if aggressive is the right word, but kind of like blunt, right? When although the message I may be speaking or the words that I'm saying might have some truth, there's also a graceful way of delivering that. So that is something that I have personally been really, really, really working on. And then at the end of the day, if you get wronged by somebody, this is where you really need to sit back and go, you need to forgive them. Nah, we're not saying forget, because obviously if the problem keeps reoccurring, that's a different thing. But kind of what they're touching on here is don't give that person real estate in your head. If they have wronged you, and then all you ever do is think about them, even years later, I will promise you this, that person is not thinking about you. They are so busy being caught up in their own stuff, they are not thinking about you, but you are letting them live in your head rent-free. You need to stop. It's stealing your joy. Pray for them. Move on. It's in the words of Elsa, as we have mentioned this a lot in Proverbs. Let it go! Let it go! Gosh, let it go, people. The resentment that you're holding is killing you. Let it go. Verse number 12. The king's anger is like a lion's roar, but his favor is like dew on the grass. Lion's roar, intimidating. Oh, snap. Dew on the grass, good for growth. Verse 13. A foolish child is a calamity to a father. A quarrelsome wife is annoying as a constant dripping. What this is touching on here is basically, at the end of the day, this is coming from more of an ancient context, right? Universal, basically meaning it's across the board, doesn't matter, by the way, men like, see, a nagging wife is annoying. Gotta remember when this was written. Let's just put significant other there. That's you, men, coming from the dude perspective. Are you speaking life? Are you constantly quarreling, as the Bible says? Or are you practicing what verse 11 says? Sensible people control their anger, their temper, but they earn respect by overlooking wrongs. We need to forgive more than we resent. Plain and simple. Forgive more than we resent. Resent more than... No. Forgive more than we resent. We should forgive more. I almost said it backwards. You get the point. Moving on. Verse 14. Fathers can give their sons an inheritance of houses and wealth, but only the Lord can give an understanding wife. So, ladies, you play a very important role here. I would even say, only the Lord can give you an understanding spouse. This goes right back. Remember, ancient times, ancient texts. The world we live in today, it's a two-way street. Understanding on both sides of the field. That's what it's all about. Verse 15, I have this highlighted, underlined, starred, all the colors. It looks like the rainbow on my page here. Lazy people sleep soundly, but idleness leaves them hungry. If you are hungry, You need to go to work. Plain and simple. Time to put in the work. Lazy people sleep soundly, but idleness leaves them hungry. So yeah, at the end of the day, being lazy probably is a little more peaceful. Less to worry about, but guess what? It all catches up to you at the end of the day. Verse 16, keep the commandments and keep your life. Despising them leads to death. There's a snippet here at the bottom. The commandments we're told to obey are those found in God's word, such as the 10 commandments in Exodus 20, which kind of funny. I will note on this, by the way. When I read this, I had to go look up what the commandments were. Guys, I've been watching this for a long time, and I'm here to tell you that it has been it's been a journey. It has been an absolute journey for me. It has been an absolute journey for me, and I am here to tell you that I had never learned those commandments. So I just figured that out, just went and researched that, so that's kind of fun. Next up we have 16, so it talks about Exodus 20 and other passages of instruction. To obey what God teaches in the Bible is self-preserving. To disobey is self-destructive. Number 17, if you help the poor, you are lending to the Lord, and He will repay you. God loves it when we help other people. Plain and simple. It goes back to He will repay you 10 times more than what you have given. And I tell you what, there's plenty of testimonies. The more that you dive into that, you start witnessing that firsthand. And I'm telling you, it's pretty awesome. So, number 17 has a snippet. Here, God identifies the poor as Jesus does in Matthew 25, verse 31 through 46. As our Creator, God values all of us, whether we are poor or rich. When we help the poor, we honor both the Creator and His creation. God accepts our help as if we had offered it directly to Him. Because at the end of the day, when you are helping God's children, you're essentially helping Him. Be helpful, and God will return favor. Plain and simple. Going on to verse number 18, discipline your children while there is hope. Otherwise, you will ruin their lives. Disciplining children is important. We have gotten away from that. We have gotten into too much gentle parenting, and I'm here to tell you there's a fine line between casting your trauma onto your kid because, my parents did this. At the end of the day, there's a right way of doing things and there's a wrong way of doing things. And not saying that our parents had it all right, but also what we've been seeing and how kids act today. And I'm very blessed that I have one that we are doing our best the way that we know how, as I know she's sitting here listening to me right now as I speak. What I will tell you is there's a reason why we discipline our children, because it is our job, because our children are a direct reflection of us as parents. So if all of a sudden you have a child that doesn't mind, that's a reflection on you and your poor parenting. And I will tell you, kids aren't going to be perfect. Kids aren't perfect. They're kids. Some of you still act like children, for God's sakes. And so at the end of the day, you need to make sure, we as people need to make sure that we're raising up the next generation, being disciplined, but also being respectful. And I feel like there's definitely some of that out there. We got some friends that I know watch this, that some of y'all doing really well. But then there's also some others that I could care less if I'm ever around you because of your kids. But at the end of the day, we're all trying to figure this out. And at the end of the day, discipline your children while there's hope. But because otherwise, you will ruin their lives. Plain and simple. So, number 19, hot-tempered people must pay the penalty. If you rescue them once, you will have to do it again. So basically what that's stating here is hot temper, bad things happen. Think before you speak. Verse number 20, get all the advice and instruction you can so you will be wise the rest of your life. Get all the advice and instruction you can so you'll be wise the rest of your life. Always be seeking criticism. Always be seeking wisdom. And you know what? There's going to be trials and tribulations because you know what? We're not perfect. There's going to be times where we are going to be foolish and we act a fool. And, I think it was Ludacris that actually had a song, Act a Fool. We're going to act a fool sometimes. But what's more important is we have times where we are more wisdom-based than fool-based, right? So, Moving on from that, verse number 20, get all the advice. We just did that one. Verse 21, you can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. We can plan and plan and plan and plan and plan, but make sure you are putting God in the center of that plan, because at the end of the day, it is His plan, is what will actually happen. So you can plan until you're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, make sure you're putting God in the center of it. I have a note here. How often do things go the way they're supposed to? God's way always wins. Oh boy. That's funny. Loyalty, verse 22. Loyalty makes a person attractive. It is better to be poor than dishonest. Integrity is more valuable than wealth on earth. Plain and simple. Integrity is worth more than the money you make. Plain and simple. Pay close attention to your intentions. So whatever you do, pay attention to your actual intention, not the BS line you're telling yourself. I mean actual intention of what truly, the surface level. Once you peel back the onion, are you truly approaching it with the right intention? That's a hard question to ask. You have, let's see here. Loyalty makes a person attractive, poor and dishonest. Boom, next page. A couple more verses here. Verse 23, fear of the Lord leads to life, bringing security and protection from harm. Peace doesn't come from worldly things. Plain and simple, it comes from God. I have that noted right here. So when this says fear of the Lord, this is a big misunderstanding. Fear of the Lord, it means a deep respect. It means like if you had a good father in your life, if you had good parents, it was more so you respected them. You didn't want to disappoint them. It wasn't that you were scared of them, although that's how it's interpreted here. Fear, that's how we generally look at it. It's about respect and how much respect there is. So, at the end of the day, when you see fear of the Lord, understand it's coming from a deep respect perspective. Verse 24, lazy people take food in their hand, but don't even lift it to their mouth. Idleness leads to deprivation. That literally goes what we already talked about. Verse 25, if you punish a mocker, the simple-minded will learn a lesson. If you correct the wise, you will be all the wiser. Receive it and grow from it. Plain and simple. Verse 26, children who mistreat their father or chase away their mother are an embarrassment and public disgrace. Back in these times, what your children and stuff did were a big, big, big image of how you were as parents. And obviously we still get that today, right? But this is something that we need to really focus on. Verse 27, if you stop listening to instruction, my child, you will turn your back on knowledge. This is a word for all of us. It says child like it's talking about children, but at the end of the day, we're all children of God, right? So what it's touching on here is you need to stop listening to instruction, my child. You need to stop listening to instruction, my child. You will turn your back on knowledge. If you stop listening to instruction, my child, you will turn your back on knowledge. It goes right back into what I just said. A corrupt witness makes mockery of justice. The mouth of the wicked gulps down evil. That's verse 28. Verse 29, last but not least, punishment is made for mockers, and the backs of fools are made to be beaten. Man, oh man, what a good chapter of Proverbs today. I will say this, there is the last thing on verse 25. If you punish a mocker, the simple-minded will learn a lesson. If you correct the wise, they will all be the wiser. It says here, a great difference exists between the person who learns from criticism and the person who refuses to accept correction. How we respond to criticism determines whether or not we grow in wisdom. The next time someone criticizes you, listen carefully to all that is said. You might learn something. Long story short, don't be prideful. Don't let your ego get in the way of what the lesson God's trying to show you. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. Do not let your ego get in the way of the lesson God is trying to teach you. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode today. If you did, make sure you smash the like button. What was a key takeaway for you? And as always, I hope you guys have a marvelous day. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you guys have yourself a marvelous day.